Stop looking at me like that. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, the 8th of May, which for some reason I had some difficulty remembering between the computer and here. Anyway, on this day in history, in 1660, the English Parliament declared Charles Stuart to be Charles II of England. In 1912, film and television production and distribution studio Paramount Pictures was founded. In 1958, Dracula, starring Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, became the first Hammer horror movie film to be released. In 1963, Dr. No had its premiere, becoming the first James Bond movie and starring Scotsman Sean Connery. In 1979, The Cure released their debut album, Three Imaginary Boys, and thus we were inevitably set on course for the 80s. And in 1980, the World Health Organization announced the eradication of smallpox. In 2016, Sadiq Khan was elected Mayor of London, becoming the first Muslim mayor of a major Western city. And in 2019, the UK went a week without using a coal-fired power station for the first time in 137 years due to the use of more renewables. What are you up to? If it's your birthday today, you share it with poet Phyllis Wheatley, with actor and comedian Sid James, who was born in Johannesburg. I was rather surprised to discover. I had always assumed he was a Cockney. With artist Tuko Laaksonen, better known as Tom of Finland, and somebody who I am looking forward to seeing in one of John Haynes' History of Art videos in the coming week. Naturalist and national treasure David Attenborough, novelists Thomas Pynchon and Peter Benchley, and singers Enrique Iglesias and Michelle McManus. Can't read my own handwriting. It is World Red Cross and Red Crescent Day, a day for celebrating the principles of the international movements. It marks the birthday of Henry Dunant, the Swiss founder of the International Red Cross and the first recipient of a Nobel Peace Prize. It is also the beginning of an international time of remembrance and reconciliation for those who lost their lives in the Second World War. It begins today and finishes tomorrow, and is a worldwide time for remembering all of the people who died during the Second World War. The clue is pretty much in its name. I was going to go into more detail about the Second World War. I decided not to. I can do that. I'm the one making the videos. Anyway, now is a good time to remind you to take any medications that you need to take in the morning. It is still morning. And also to suggest that you look after yourselves and each other on what may well turn out to be quite a trying Friday. I was considering closing out. I've had a request, you see, from a friend of mine. I knew it was a mistake singing the Godzilla theme yesterday. I've had a request to sing the D'Artagnan theme, and I have chosen, after a good deal of soul searching, not to do so, because it goes on for bloody ages, and after a while, all for one and all for one stops meaning anything and becomes as incomprehensible as a giant albino penguin shouting Tekelili into the darkness. So consequently, having reminded you all to look after yourselves and each other, I'm going to call a halt there and say bye, and I'll see you tomorrow for the weekend. Woo!